Well, Ben, we've had the news, a new 1-year deal. For yourself, it's been a tough year. You weren't able to get out on the park in 2024 due to injury. How are you feeling at the moment, and where are we at recovery-wise?
Yeah, like you said, it was obviously a hard year. Not being able to play, I was kind of like to and fro and getting close to playing, and then something else happened. So tough year, but now hopefully I'm on the mend well enough. I had an operation in October, which has gone well, and should hopefully be ready for near the start of next season.
Yeah, just on that, it's been a long journey. Like you say, there were times last season it seemed like you were getting close to being match fit, and then there'd be setbacks. How have you found this journey, and how much has it helped to have the faith of Mickey and the coaching staff?
Yeah, well, again, like I said, it's been hard, but having a good change room and good coaching staff around me has helped me mentally still be in a good position. So definitely having Mickey's back, and he told me from the start sort of that as long as I get back fit or get close to it, that I'm going to get a new deal, and that he has all the faith in me that I'll come back and be the ball that I have been in the past. So that definitely helps me a lot.
Yeah, and I think even though you weren't able to get out last season, it's not that long ago that you were being talked about as one to watch in county cricket, you know, and we're developing a really good record. So for yourself, as you look to get back to playing regularly, how much confidence can you take of what you've already done?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I've always backed myself, and confidence-wise, I've always had it. So it's not a case of that. It's just literally trusting my body and getting back out on the park, and I think the rest should hopefully take care of itself. Yeah,
and I suppose you kind of come back into a bowling attack that looks a little bit different from when you were last playing. Yeah. You would have had Saranga Lakmal back then, and Sam Connors, who's recently left. There are now openings in the attack, but then you also have players like Harry Moore coming in and competing. So where do you view your place at the moment in that group?
It's hard to say really without being fit. I think, like you said, we've got a very good bowling attack now in all formats, and probably more seamers than there was a couple of years ago when I was playing regularly. And I think it'll just be see where I'm at really, and see where I fit into that. I think I'll still be the same type of bowler. I'm going to try and control the rate and take wickets, that sort of kind of bowler, not necessarily a strike bowler. And yeah, I'll just see where I fit.
Yeah, and I suppose you've had the unique view really of being around the team in the last year while not playing. So from somebody who's maybe not been in it every day on the field, how have you viewed the mood in the camp, and what are the views on last season among the group?
Yeah, obviously last season was a disappointing one, and me personally, it was hard to watch it knowing that I couldn't get out there and try and help things. But I think the change room's always been good, like in a good place and stable. And again, that's credit to the coaching staff and keeping that, and probably the leadership group in the changing room. And we're going to do everything we can to rectify this next year.
Yeah, and I suppose on that, the championship was a disappointment, in particular in 2024. But still, there was a home win, the first one for a few years, and that shows there is something to work with. So I suppose you look at things like that, and then you look at hopefully a good pre-season. There are positives to go into next season with, aren't there?
Yeah, 100%. I think like you touched that, it was Glamorgan, wasn't it, at home? That sort of showed us a way to play and try and win games at home on those sort of pitches, and I think that's probably something that we'll carry on with moving forwards, and look to really make that effect out of home games and taking our advantage of being able to play on the wickets that we want, and stuff like that. So, and obviously, like I said, we were very close in the one days, very close in the T20 as well, so it's not all doom and gloom. Like, we were very close off having quite a successful year in the white ball mainly. So yeah, I think there's positives to take for sure.
Yeah, and lastly, we've talked about your road to recovery and what it's been like being around the group, but also how much are you looking forward to getting back out in front of the supporters, in front of the members, and kind of repaying their faith in you as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even like when I've been training, when the games have been on and talking to people in the crowd, they've always had my back and been wishing me to get back out there. So yeah, to get back out there at home and play in front of them would be great.